Hello everyone, welcome to the course on piping design. Myself Riya Patel, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So let's start our course with basic introduction of piping design. So first is definition of pipe. What is pipe? Pipe is a long tube or hollow body which having round cross-sectional area which transfers liquid, gases and also it transfers finely divided solids. Technically we can say that pipe is a beam which acts as a pressure vessel and transfers the fluids. As you can see from the figure, the diameter of pipe and thickness of pipe varies based on its use. Second is definition of tube. What is tube? Tube is a hollow or leaded product, means that both sides of tube is open or the one side of tube is closed by its own material and which having round or any other cross-sectional area. So as you can see from the figure, the pipe has square cross-sectional area, rectangular cross-sectional area and circular cross-sectional area. So what is tube? Tube is a hollow or leaded product which having round or any shapes cross-sectional area which having continuous periphery. Dimension and permeable variation are specified in appropriate ASTM and ASME specification. ASTM stands for American Society for Testing and Material and ASME stands for American Society for Mechanical Engineering. So these both authorities give the specific standard and regulation to manufacture the process. As you can see from the figure, test tube is also the example of tube and is having leaded end. Second example is toothpaste. So in which we can hold the liquid and can be squeezed out of them. So pipe and tubes are different because tube is a hollow leaded product which having circular, elliptical, square, rectangular or any shapes cross-sectional area which having continuous periphery, and pipe is a long hollow tube which having only round cross-sectional area. Next is piping. What is piping? Piping is physical elements that interconnects the equipment and flows the fluid. So physical elements are nothing but flanges, fittings, boltings, gaskets, valves, insulation, pipe hangers and supports. The combination of this component is known as piping. Then why piping is important? As you can see from the figure, there are so many pipes available in any industry. So in any chemical process industry, petroleum industry, petrochemical industry, power plants and any chemical industry, the piping requires 25% of total capital investment. So as a chemical engineer, we have to understand the design of piping. So in this subject, we will understand the design principle of piping and we will understand the safety and practical aspects of piping. Then after, we will understand the components of piping and instrumentation diagram. These are some applications of piping. In PTP plant, wastewater is transferred from residential area and from industrial area to the effluent treatment plant. In refineries also, crude oil is transferred from well to the refineries. Then in power plant, natural gas is transferred from the pipe. Then after, in chemical plants, liquids, chemicals, mixture, gases, vapor and finely divided solids are transferred from one equipment to another equipment by the using of pipe. In fire protection piping networks also, pipe is used to transfer fire suspension fluids. Then, thermal power plant also use piping to transfer high pressure, high temperature steam to generate the electricity. In sophisticated piping system, pipe is used to transfer the hazardous and toxic components. In storm and wastewater piping system, pipe is transfer large amount of water away from the town. So, next topic is piping design. We will discuss the aim of piping design and the major steps involved in piping design. So, the main aim of piping design to configure and lay out equipment, piping and other accessory meeting relevant standard and statutory regulation. So, main aim of piping is to put the equipment and piping component in a proper location to meet the standard and regulations. So, these are the 6 major steps involved in a piping design. First one is we are selecting pipe material on the basis of properties of fluid and operating temperature pressure of the fluid. Then, in a second step, we are finding economical diameter and valve thickness. In a third step, we are selecting piping components like bolts, joints, flanges, fittings, etc. In a fourth step, we are developing piping layout and isometrics. What is piping layout? Piping layout means overall dimension of piping system involves reactor, equipments, pipes, flanges, valves, etc. Then what is isometric? Isometric is 3-dimensional overview of the piping system in a 2D way. In a fifth step, we are performing stress analysis and allowance for the piping system. In the sixth step, we are estimating material takeoff and rising material requisition. Material takeoff means we are listing out the equipment which is required to design the piping system. Then, what is raising material requisition? Raising material requisition is one type of document used in industry to request for a material which is required to complete the process. Next topic is piping components. First one is pipe. Pipe is used to transfer fluid from one equipment to another equipment and it is act as a pressure vessel. Second one is flanges. Flanges is used to combine two pipes or to combine two equipments and which terminates the flow. Then fittings. There are so many fittings available in the industry. First one is T, elbow, nipple, union, then cross, then 45 angle elbow and etc. Fittings are used to direct the flow of the liquid and to change the flow of the liquid. Second is gasket. Gasket is a mechanical seal which is used to prevent the leakage from the piping system. Then valves. Valves is used to control the flow of the fluid. Then pipe hangers. Pipe hangers are used to transfer the load of the pipe to the beam. Then supports. Supports are used to transfer load of the pipe to the ground. Then bolting. Bolting is very small component but it plays major role in a piping system. So these are the main components of piping systems. Then we will discuss the syllabus of our piping design. First one is fundamental of piping. In that we will discuss classification of pipe, code and standard of pipe, pipe fabrication, vibration, its prevention and control in pipe system. Then mechanical properties of material. Then schedule number, and last piping material and selection. Second one is design calculation for piping. In that we will determine the pipe size, calculate the pressure drop in pipe, equivalent length of pipeline for fitting and valves, energy loss in pipeline, then different types of pumps and their selection criteria, then NPSH-A and NPSH-R. Then we will calculate power required by pump and calculation of flow measurement in pipeline. The third one is piping component and flow through pipeline. In that we will discuss types of fittings, different types of flanges and gaskets, their selection criteria and applications. Then we will discuss different types of valve, their selection criteria and application. Then we will discuss determination of valve size, then seam separator and steam trap. Then we will calculate pressure drop for two-phase flow through pipeline by using Lockhart and Martinelli correlation, piping drainage and water hammer in process plant. Then calculation of water hammer in pipelines. Then in fourth chapter, mechanical design of piping, we will discuss operating pressure temperature, design pressure temperature for piping system, then design equation for longitudinal hoop and allowable stress. Then we will discuss determination of thickness required by steel pipe for withstanding internal and external pressure. Then determination of thickness required by jacketed steel pipe for withstanding external pressure. In the last chapter, piping supports and piping and instrumentation diagram, we will discuss function of supports and its selection, types of load, different type of piping supports, determination of support location, maximum span between the supports suggested by ASME B31.1, thermal expansion in pipeline, then different types of expansion joints and their application. Then difference between plant flow diagram and piping and instrumentation diagram. Then typical PNID diagram for pump, distillation column, reactor and saline tube heat exchanger. This was the syllabus of piping design. So now we will understand the difference between piping and pipelines. So piping is transfer fluid between one equipment to another equipment in a one industry and which has complex shape. As you can see from figure, the piping has complex shape. And what is pipeline? Pipeline transfer fluid between one station to another station, means between one industry to another industry and having straight shape. Or it can be above the ground or under the ground, but piping is mainly above the ground. These are some commonly used pipes. First one is cross-linked polyethylene pipe that is used in residential as well as in small business applications. Second is copper pipe that is used to transfer cold fluid and hot fluid. Then PVC pipe. PVC pipe is used to transfer cold and hot potable water. Then galvanized pipe. Galvanized pipe is used to transfer grey water. Grey water means the water coming out from kitchen and wash basin that having less toxic chemicals. Then brass pipe. Brass pipe is corrosion resistive, so it is used to transfer groundwater from the well. So this was about the basic introduction of piping design. This was about today's lecture. Thank you.